Welcome to Ratty Baking. All right. We were just talking about muffin cups, or baking cups, or muffin liners. I guess there are many names for the things that you put the muffins in. Wait, you were saying you think they're ridged? Why?
To maybe help them come off easily.
Yes.
To help hold their shape too, because maybe they're a little more structurally sound. Oh, we have to admit somebody.
Oh, sorry, AJ.
Should we be preheating our ovens?
You can now, but I'll tell you guys to do that in a second. Hi, AJ.
Hey, AJ, welcome back.
Sorry, I'm a few minutes late.
No worries. We're giving it another couple minutes.
Did I miss anything?
No. We're just listening to good music and talking about muffin cups. Here, I'll turn down the music a little here. There we go. Trish, you had a hypothesis as to why muffins are ridged on the outside.
Because I think it makes it easier to come out of the cup.
out of the baking pan.
Right.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Got it. So it's like insulation against the side of the baking pan.
Yeah, maybe.
Prevent the stickiness. Cool. Well, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we can get started. It's 4:05.
Yeah, we got a
We can
crew.
always catch people up in case they're late.
Okay, great.
Okay, cool. Well, hello everybody. I'm Cory Abbey, one of the members of the Brown Club of Greater San Francisco Board, class of 2013. And this, I think, is like our 6th at-home baking or cooking class that we've done. Many newcomers and a few return people, which is awesome. And today we're going to do Blue Room muffins. So we're going to do 2 sets of muffins. So feel free, if you don't need 24 muffins in your life, feel free to half the recipes as we're going along. Well, I still go to work in person, so I'm planning to bring the muffins into work for the most part. But we're going to start with the double chocolate chip muffins, but we'll do quick intros if you're comfortable saying hi to folks. And the question for those of you who, while you were at Brown, had the Blue Room, the question is, what was your favorite Blue Room item? Since we're doing them, and it can be muffins, and if you pick muffins, maybe say what your favorite flavor was. So I'll start again, Cory Abbey, based here in San Francisco, and my favorite item were the focaccia sandwiches. So they had fresh made focaccia and would make like really good sandwiches on them, and that was probably one of my favorite things on campus. Alex, do you want to?
Oh yeah. Hi everyone. My name's Alex. I'm Cory's fiance, and I'm her assistant today. I did not go to Brown, although my great uncle went to Brown. I don't know if he ever had a Blue Room muffin. What's that?
There's people.
There's people. Oh boy. Okay, sorry. We've got more people coming into the room. Got to admit them. Sorry, I'm falling down on my job as assistant here. Yeah, so I don't know if he had them, but the focaccia thing that Cory just described sounds delicious. So I'll echo her sentiment.
Do you want to tag somebody?
Yeah, let's tag AJ. AJ, you want to go next?
Yes, sure. Hello. I already forgot most of the questions, but I'm AJ. I'm class of 2017. Oh man, from the Blue Room, I feel like I loved all of their muffins. I think probably the pistachio muffin was my favorite. And then they also had a packaged little thing of like, it was like beans. And I was like, this is my snack that I can grab and like eat in class or something.
Oh, nice.
A little like vegan, like protein, like bean mix thing. Those 2 things. I think the muffins are probably more classic of the Blue
Room. Cool.
All right, AJ, who do you tag to go next?
Let's tag Indy.
Hi, I'm Indy. My pronouns are she and her. I graduated in 2015. I lived in San Francisco the past 5 years, and I'm moving back in a month, but I've been in Austin, which is where I'm originally from, for like the past 6 months. But when I saw that there was a Blue Room muffins class, I knew I had to join, because that is for sure my favorite item for the Blue Room. Double chocolate is my favorite flavor. So I'm super hyped to learn how to make them. So thanks for this class.
Awesome. Welcome
I'll
back
tag.
preemptively.
Oh, thank you. I'll tag Sydney next.
Everyone, I'm Sydney Silverstein. I'm part of the Brown class of 2012. I am currently living in San Francisco, but I'm back in Ohio getting vaccinated, so I'll be back in the Bay Area in 2 weeks. My favorite Blue Room item was definitely the muffins. I was partial to chocolate chip and whatever the cinnamon flavor was. It was alternating days / whichever ones were actually available for my 9 a.m. lecture in Solomon 101.
Awesome.
I'll pass it off to Andrew.
We're a twofer over here.
Sorry, both of you.
Andrew, do you want to go first?
So you could get Blue Room muffins from the Sci-Li lobby.
Oh yeah.
I've been trying to tell him that those were definitely like day-old muffins or something.
They still good. So that was.
They were still so good.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Andrew. I would eat those every single day.
Yeah, we sorry. Also, we are Cassie and Andrew, class of 13 in DC. I was partial to the double chocolate, so extra excited for today. But also, I was reminiscing with Andrew earlier about the iced coffees from the Blue Room. So that was like my go-to breakfast was an iced coffee with milk and sugar, of course, and a double chocolate muffin. So breakfast of champions.
Cool. Thanks, Cassie. Cassie, can you tag someone else to go next?
Sure. Who hasn't gone yet?
Well, we've got.
I mean, Trish, I would love to hear your opinion of Blue Room muffins.
No, I'm Trish Brown, Cory's mom, and I've never had a Blue Room anything. So
That's a
I've
direct
seen that.
line.
I feel like I must have taken you there at some point.
and I'll take Stephen.
Oh, there you go.
Cool. Steven? Oh, cool. Hey. Hey.
I'm with my my daughter, so we're just gonna watch this like a show because
Perfect.
she's having a little runny nose, so it's a little too tough to make muffins. But we're gonna look forward to try to copy the recipe later on when she's feeling better. So I'm Stephen Ting, class of 07. This is Serena Ting, hopefully class of 2040, right? The Blue Room, I think, had a huge remodel a year or two after I left. So I'm really jealous of some of you younger folks who I feel got to really enjoy that. But I think, it's been a while. I'm honestly probably don't really know the menus off the top of my head, but I think when Cory mentioned the focaccia, that definitely did trigger some kind of nostalgic flavors back in my head, because I think I still remember walking through Fonts and smelling that bread. So
Yeah.
at the risk of stealing from Cory, I'm gonna say focaccia bread as well.
Stealing is welcome.
Cool. Thanks, Steven.
And let's see, I'll tag Sida. Hopefully I'm not mispronouncing Sida.
Hi, good morning, all. You pronounce it correctly, Stephen. I'm Sida. I'm from Singapore. I'm so sorry I'm not able to on my video. It's 7:13 in the morning here in Singapore.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with Blue Room muffins, but I definitely love a banana chocolate chip as well as double chocolate muffin, and I'm looking forward to learn from you, Cory. Thanks for having me, guys.
Perfect. Good morning.
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
Good morning. Thanks.
Morning is muffin time.
Yeah.
Morning is muffin time.
Yeah, it's always amazing to have muffins for breakfast.
Yes.
Okay, I tag Michelle.
Michelle, are you there? Got you on mute currently. All right. Well, if you're there, feel free to chime in a moment. Let's go over to Josiah. Josiah, you there? Ah, got it. Josiah just put in a chat saying can't turn on video audio, currently have a spotty connection in the unique counter enclave of Nawa in the United Arab Emirates. Wow.
Wow,
Got people calling in
international
from all
today.
over the world. So cool. Well, thank you for joining us, Josiah. Hopefully the audio and video is coming through okay from us to you. And also, Josiah, I'll say that the fact that your profile picture on Zoom is a picture of something that says the Carberry Cookbook has me thinking you might be an expert here. So feel free to jump in with some cooking commentary if you've got things to add to this class today.
I love that Alex has no idea what the name Josiah Carberry means.
Oh, I don't. Is it an inside joke?
It is a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know that there was a cookbook though, so that's great.
Cool.
What's the latest chat today?
Michelle says we are joining from Alberta, Canada.
Wow, this is the
So
most
cool.
international class
Wow.
ever.
All right, we're gonna make this one
I
extra
don't know what I
special.
did right on this one.
Cool. Okay. Well, Cory, you want to take it away?
Yeah, let's get started.
All right.
So, yeah, so this will be a bake along. I'm gonna make the muffins alongside you guys. Feel free to ask questions, go off mute. Alex will normally like add in some fun nonsense. And like I mentioned, we're gonna do the double chocolate chip muffins first, and then we'll do the French toast muffins after. I do have a very small disclaimer, which is I talked to Brown about this to get the Blue Room muffin recipes from them. And they had to admit that they do use a mix that they have connections with. And so we sort of like pieced together the best, like make your home version of. So, but the good thing is because I got a hold of Brown to talk to him about this, they gave me a bunch of other recipes for us to do in future cooking classes. So then they were like, these are the ones that are most popular with students today. So, but I couldn't give up doing Blue Room muffins. So that's why we're doing some knockoff Blue Room muffins. I think they'll still be very tasty. All right, so a couple things that you'll need. It's all pretty basic. Flour, sugar. Actually, we don't need regular sugar on this one. I just have everything out for both. So flour, brown sugar, baking powder, baking soda, cocoa powder, chocolate chips, eggs, salt, butter, oil, regular milk, and vanilla. And then like bowls and measuring cups and muffin tins. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is preheat the oven to 350. Which Alex is gonna do. Yeah, turn the oven to 350.
Cool.
I don't know what that is in Celsius, so 350 Fahrenheit.
And we'll keep an eye on the chat, but also feel free to unmute yourself. Those of you who are able to unmute yourself if you want to ask Cory a question.
Yeah. And then once you've got your oven preheating, now we're gonna prep our tins. We don't really have to think about it anymore. So put in 12 muffin tins. Like I said, this recipe is for 12 muffins, each of the recipes we're gonna do. So if you want a half, you can, but what we're gonna do is like put the chocolate ones in the oven, and then while those ones are baking, we'll make the other ones. So line your muffin tins. Alex, any particular colors you want?
I think let's use some of the yellow ones and some of the light blue ones.
Okay. I have very colorful muffin tins.
The other thing that's so interesting is that they must use like a giant. Oh wait, no, you have a giant one, Cory.
No, mine is normal sized. It just looks big.
Oh yeah, it is normal. Okay. For some
Yes,
reason,
they also make them bigger, and I was like,
Yeah.
well, part of me was like, that would be really fun because that's what makes Blue Room muffins so great. Is how big they are. But I was like, people aren't gonna want to buy like an abnormally sized muffin tin.
True.
I did
No, maybe
consider.
I would look into those because
Yeah.
I mean it's truly a amazing size muffin.
So I put in the muffin tins and I was like, they're too close together for Blue Room muffins. They're supposed to spill out the top and then you're supposed to have the really crunchy parts on the edge.
I know.
All right.
Yeah, AJ, if you have the stuff for the chocolate ones, you'll have 90% of what you need.
He asks, what's a good substitute for buttermilk and or maple extract?
Oh, and Josiah Carberry is here as
Oh.
our amazing guest to answer the question.
Wow, buttermilk, 1 tablespoon vinegar, fill up the rest with milk.
Oh, I wish I'd known that before I bought buttermilk. But for this first recipe, you just need regular milk.
What do you think would be a good replacement for maple extract?
Oh, if you have
Honey?
maple syrup, you could just do some maple syrup in them. Yeah. I think the good part of the flavor too is also we're gonna drizzle it with maple syrup. And so that will really bring the flavor explosion. Okay. We have put in our 12 muffin tins. Now I'm going to spray them with a little bit of non-stick spray.
Are you doing that between the, like on the metal part itself?
No, I just did it on the paper part because the paper will help
I
them
mean, yeah.
get out of the tin. What I struggled with last time I made muffins is I didn't spray them and then the paper really stuck to them. What were you gonna say, Alex?
Oh, just that it's okay if it gets on the metal too.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
they're
yeah,
just-
yeah.
It's kind of all
It's
over
just all
right
over.
now.
But
Yeah.
I sprayed the inside of the paper.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put these off to the side so we can make the batter.
Okay, great.
All right, is everybody ready to make the batter? Okay, cool. We'll forge ahead. All right, so first we're gonna make our dry part of the mix. So get a bowl. Doesn't have to be a huge bowl. And we're gonna do 1 1/4 cup of flour. And this is a tip from the website I was using, which says spoon your flour into your cup and don't scoop. And that way it keeps your flour nice, light and airy. All right, so 1 1/4 cups of flour.
So are we gonna do the wet ingredients in a separate bowl?
Yes, we are.
Okay, and then are we gonna put the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients or vice versa?
We're gonna put the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients.
Okay, so use the bigger bowl for the dry ingredients.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, I'm gonna switch what bowl I use.
Nice.
Better at recipes than I am. Okay. Right. All right. 1 1/4 cups.
We got these little containers at IKEA, right?
Yeah.
They're super handy. You can just put a bunch of flour in your cabinet. Or brown sugar. Or powdered sugar.
Yeah, just refilled our brown sugar one. All right, 1 cup. And then I'll do 1/4 cup. All right, 1 1/4 cup. And we are done with the flour until we get to the second recipe. All right, next you're going to do 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. Cocoa powder always smells so good.
And being in San Francisco, we're using Ghirardelli's cocoa powder. Fun fact, I once got to meet the CEO of Ghirardelli's.
That's cool.
I went to one of the stores downtown, and apparently every so often the executive team at Ghirardelli's goes around and visits the store and just chats with customers to see how things are going and helps them shop. So the CEO of Ghirardelli helped me find a Christmas present for my sister.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I didn't know he was the CEO until afterward. I looked him up because he was wearing a suit, a very nice suit for being a Ghirardelli's employee.
And
And it just didn't seem like he was, just working there. So
All right, you are also done with the cocoa powder now. All right, then you're gonna do half a teaspoon of baking soda and half a teaspoon of baking powder. Oh, already smells delicious.
Yeah. Oh,
All right,
our oven just finished preheating.
half teaspoon. All right, and you will need your baking powder and baking soda for the second recipe. Soda. And then you're gonna do also half a teaspoon of salt. Oop. Salt up here, that's okay. All right, then you're going to whisk them together. I'm going to use this one for it.
Do you remember? I mean, so we're a Morton salt household. There's another typical type of salt. Is it diamond?
Yes, the one I couldn't find.
Right. I've heard there's a difference between the two of them, right? I can't remember.
Yes.
Feeling among salt people,
Morton
this is a
kosher
constant debate.
salt is saltier than diamond.
Ah.
And some recipes will actually have you adjust depending on what basic salt you have.
Mm-hmm.
Was that kosher salt you used?
It is kosher salt.
And that's was that intentional, or was it just like, should we be using kosher
No,
salt versus-
regular table salt is fine too. I just have semi-nice kosher salt because I bake a lot, so, but it's just to get a little bit of the flavor kick.
I zoom in on the whisking here.
Yeah, so just kind of trying to get all those dry ingredients mixed together well. Should smell pretty delicious.
Yeah, I wish Zoom could like pick up the smell.
All right, that looks pretty good. All right, once you have your dry ingredients mixed in together really well, you're gonna put in 1 cup of bittersweet chocolate chips.
Can we
I'm in
put in
Ohio.
more than 1 cup if we so choose?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
I'm in Ohio, I'm using Ghirardelli chocolate chips.
All right.
Yeah, twins.
You're also welcome to eat some.
Some for Alex.
Thanks. Wait, one more.
Sorry.
Thanks.
Yeah, it can be a liberal cup.
Wow, those are delicious.
I might leave some out so I can plop some on top to make them look extra pretty. Wow, these are very good.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Yeah.
All right, then just just lightly mix in your chocolate chips to that dry mixture. All right. All right, now you have your dry stuff ready to go. And we are going to make, now we're gonna do the wet ingredients. I'm gonna use my mixer because I have it. You can also mix them by hand, it's totally up to you.
Which attachment are you gonna go for?
I'm gonna go with the paddle. Good question.
Where are we right now? I got lost.
What was that, AJ?
I think I'm like catching up. Where are we? What are we up to?
Okay, so we're about to do the wet ingredients. So you should have your flour, cocoa powder, baking soda, baking powder, and salt, and chocolate chips in one bowl.
All right.
And then we're about to do the wet ingredients. You good, AJ? Anybody else? Cool.
He's good.
All right, great.
Hmm.
Okay, so first put in a 3/4 cup of milk. Going to approximate. Three-quarters cup milk. Then you're gonna do 1/2 cup of brown sugar.
Hmm.
It says light brown sugar, but if you only have dark brown sugar, that's fine. All right.
Sorry, could you say the amount again? 1/2 cup?
Yeah, 1/2
Brown
cup
sugar?
brown. Well, sorry, 3/4 cup of milk and then 1/2 cup brown sugar.
Okay, thanks.
Next, we're gonna do the butter.
Next, we're gonna do butter. And so you need 4 tablespoons of melted butter. So I'm gonna put it in a small bowl and melt it.
Using our good old microwave. Oh, we got a new guest.
Oh.
Welcome, Wendy, to Ratty Baking.
All right.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hello.
We're doing great, thanks. Yeah.
Are you guys gonna start soon?
We actually got started about 5-10 minutes ago. We're working on the ingredients for the first muffin recipe right now.
Okay, yeah, I was in early, like a little after 4, few
Oh,
minutes after 4, nobody was in yet.
oh wow.
Huh.
How odd.
Maybe we, sorry
Yeah,
if
well,
we missed you.
yeah, I'm glad you're here now.
Yeah, thank you.
Will you be baking along with us, Wendy?
Yes, I will.
Oh, lovely. Okay, great. Well, then I
Okay.
can type out the
Yeah, what we
initial
did do.
instructions. Yeah.
Okay,
That sound okay?
yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah, okay,
Okay, cool.
thank you.
All right, Wendy, I'm gonna put into the chat the first steps that we've been taking so that you can meet us where we are. We just put together the dry ingredients and some of the wet ingredients for the first recipe.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So,
Thank you.
so far.
So for, yeah, other folks, other than Wendy, yeah, 4 tablespoons of melted butter.
Mhm.
Ready?
Have we done the brown sugar already?
Yes, 1/2 cup of brown sugar with your 3/4 cup of milk. Yeah, and Wendy, while Alex is typing this out, I'll say you can also prep your muffin tin.
That's not
That would be a lot of baking powder.
right. Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, you've got your milk, a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and 4 tablespoons of melted butter. And then you're gonna put in 1 tablespoon of whatever oil of your choice. I'm just gonna do regular vegetable oil. right? And then after you have your 1 tablespoon of oil in, you're gonna do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Wow, I just used the end of my current vanilla. I feel like I'm always very proud of myself when I finish something like a vanilla bottle, you know, it takes a while, takes a lot of baking. So,
Bye, vanilla.
bye vanilla.
All right, Wendy, I think we've got all the instructions in the chat up until where we are right now.
Okay, great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, perfect. Okay, then for everybody else, now that we put the vanilla in, oh dear. Now you're gonna put in 2 eggs with the wet ingredients too.
One egg.
Egg.
Two eggs. Ah.
The count.
Yeah.
All right, then once you get your eggs in, then you can mix it up until it's nice and creamy.
All right, time to get in there for the action shot.
My flax egg substitute, which looks really, really weird.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Which substitute are you using?
It's just flax, ground flax, and it's 1 tablespoon of flax seed for and 3 tablespoons of water per egg.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And it
Makes
works
it-
surprisingly well.
That's great. Makes it still adhere. I feel like that's the important part of eggs.
Yeah, it's always everything I've made with with this substitute has been has worked out. I have a husband who doesn't eat eggs, so I've gotten used to it.
So is the wet ingredients going into the dry ingredients, or the dry ingredients going into the wet ingredients?
The wet ingredients are gonna go into the dry ingredients.
What was the mixer speed you just used?
Oh, I used speed 1. I'm gonna do it again on speed 2 just to get it nice and fluffy.
So if you're doing it by hand, just go a little
Yeah.
faster the second time.
Okay. Get a spatula.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
Okay. You should have this, you know, wet. Sugary, eggy type thing. Okay. All right, and then we are going to fold the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. I don't know if anybody is a Schitt's Creek fan, but one of my favorite scenes is they're doing a recipe together and it says to fold in the cheese, and neither one of them knows what that means.
For those of us who don't know what that means, what does it mean to fold
So, I mean, really, it's just instead of aggressively mixing, you want to mix by kind of lightly folding your mixture. So I'm going to pour in the wet mixture.
in? All right, pouring in all of it.
Schitt's Creek is the best show ever.
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah,
It's so good.
it's a good one.
It got us through the beginning of quarantine.
Yeah.
Same here.
Something looks weird about my mixture, and I don't know if it's because I use soy milk instead of normal milk, but it's like the butter. I think it's the butter is doing like.
Yeah, the butter is probably separating a little because
Yeah.
it used melted butter. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Mine
Okay.
did the
I
same.
melted it, but I'm worried that like I didn't. So I have a very small amount of milk because I don't use it very much, and I was only planning to make one kind of the muffins, and I was like, oh, I should probably use the milk for the other kind because buttermilk, and that's a different thing. So soy milk in this, I don't know if that's gonna make it bad for some.
I think
No.
it'll still be good, but I think next time what you want to do is like have the milk and eggs out and like bring them to room temperature before you like mix it with the melted butter, because it causes like when the butter cools down, then it like solidifies again. So that's what I'll be
That's
doing.
totally what's happening. All right, thank you for that
Yeah.
explanation.
Yeah.
So you can kind of see I'm folding the wet mixture and basically just treating it sort of like I don't know, a book. Does it look like I'm folding it?
I think so. You kind of, scooping it and put it on top of
Yeah,
itself.
exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
Kind of like, what is this like?
Also, one thing that I've always found really funny about double chocolate muffins is that they're really just brownies, but in muffin formation.
What's the problem?
No, not a problem.
Brownies you can eat for breakfast.
Yeah, it's brownies you can eat for breakfast. Put them in a different shape and now they're a breakfast item. I guess that's sort of like pancakes too.
Yeah, it's just cake, but breakfast.
How did maple
Wow.
syrup become the breakfast thing? Like I want maple syrup on my dinner, All right, we're still finding some dry, but I'm continuing to fold.
That's what we're going for here. We're trying to get everything
moist.
Yeah, similar condition.
All right.
And if you're feeling particularly proud of your folding efforts, you can reward yourself with more chocolate chips, which I will do, even though I'm not folding. I feel like my moral support here is worthy of.
All right, we're gonna try the batter. Yum. Wanna try?
Sure. What are we looking for in this taste test?
Chocolatey goodness. And fluffiness.
Yeah, I think we've succeeded.
Cool. All right. Now we're going to, once you've created a delicious looking batter, you may put it evenly within your 12 muffin tins.
Bring back the muffin tins. Here we go.
One thing I do like about muffins versus cupcakes is I do love muffin tops, which somebody else mentioned. That was one of the best parts, that crumbly, overflowing part.
What is the difference between a muffin and a cupcake?
Frosting.
Oh.
Frosting and the muffin and the top.
How do you make the top happen for one
By
but not the other?
filling it more. So cupcakes you fill only 3/4 full.
So that the frosting becomes the top.
Well, yeah, and so they don't. So muffin, you don't want your cupcakes to overflow when that gives it that edge. And the crispy part comes because it'll overflow and bake along this.
Ooh, okay.
Are you just roughly eyeing a spoonful, or is there
Yes.
or are you eyeing like a certain line within the lining?
No, I'm just using a spoon to get, the majority of it out, and then I'll, whatever I have left, I'll use to even them out once I get the majority of it out there.
Yeah, most of these are, with the first spoonful, we're looking at them about 2/3 full. I expect they'll get a little fuller by the end of this.
Yeah, we're close to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess cornbread muffins have sort of defied the meal
Oh, the
boundaries.
rules, that's true.
You know, they're. I don't know if
Andrew-
they really
Andrew
consider
loves
them a.
mean cornbread
I guess I wouldn't consider it a lunch item unless it came with like barbecue.
or dinner.
But yeah, definitely dinner. I feel like I've had it at dinner often.
Yeah. Oh, you mean dinner instead of lunch?
Yes.
So which one would you most commonly eat at lunch, you think?
What kind of muffin?
Yeah.
At lunch?
Yeah.
Oh,
Muffin or cupcake or
wow. I don't know if I've ever had a muffin at lunchtime.
oh, we can change that tomorrow.
I feel like I haven't been living. I don't know, maybe like a jalapeno cheddar muffin.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that would be a solid lunchtime.
It's another like
muffin.
barbecue one.
Yeah.
All right, how full would you call these now, Alex?
I would say we're like around 75 to 80% full. That would be my estimate. And it's pretty thick, so it's not like it's, you know, settling completely in these things. Looks pretty good though. Yeah, I feel the same way. Was that Serene?
That was Serena, yeah.
Yeah.
Serena, I feel the same way.
Good memory.
So does the consistency later come out to actually taste like brownies, or is it a little bit different?
No, that's a good question. They're definitely fluffier than brownies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the ingredients are different than brownie batter.
Yeah, they are. Just
Okay.
not by a lot. You know, it's like all baking items are fairly similar, just different ratios.
Got it.
And that's, I think, one of the main reasons it's important with cupcakes, or sorry, with muffins, for you to, you know, be careful not getting your flour too dense and to fold instead of mix, is because you do want to keep them light and airy, whereas brownies are typically a little more dense, and then it's not as important to kind of do these steps that keep lots of air in your recipe. All right. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
And then, as I alluded to earlier, I'm gonna do some topping chocolate chips. You want to help, Alex?
I would like some to eat,
To eat,
please. Thank
okay.
you. Yum.
Oops. Just for fun.
Steven, does Serena eat muffins at all?
Yeah, but we're basically calling everything a muffin these days. Like
Mm,
we're calling like a pound cake a muffin. We call, you know, most pastries a muffin.
wow.
Trying to keep it simple for now. She's
That's
only
a little bit
she's only
behind.
about
How
2.5
full are we
years
making
old,
these?
so we're going slow.
AJ, it kind of was like a 3/4 full, but I just basically used a spoon to try to even out the batter amongst all the tins.
That's great, Steven. I think it's important to start with a broad definition of muffin.
Figure it out as you go.
Part
Yeah.
of it was also just like which word can she actually pronounce, and muffin
Right.
happened to work, so we're
Nice.
going with it for now.
Love it. Love it.
Okay, great. Any embellishing you want to do?
Can we make a happy face on one of them?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
Oops.
That's okay.
Happy face.
Yeah, it looks like a happy face. I want to move these a little closer together. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yum. All right, I'm gonna take a before and after picture.
Okay.
Except for sometimes when I do this and I try to take before after pictures of my baking, I'm so excited when I take things out of the oven, I forget to take the after picture.
Yeah, so please remind us if we forget on this call. And we also encourage you to take before pictures of your own muffins.
Okay, once you've done that, you may put them in the oven. So they're gonna go in the oven for approximately 25 minutes. we're gonna do it until a toothpick comes out clean. So, but I'm gonna pop them in and I'm just gonna set the timer for 25 minutes.
And Trish, I saw your chat. Thank you for reminding us of safety protocols that in COVID times, we don't recommend the fingers in the batter.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
It's gonna bake my, germs out. Just don't tell my coworkers. Okay. So now that our muffins are in the oven, we can do all the work for the second set of muffins. And the second set of muffins are a very fast 10-minute bake at a higher temperature. So it'll go fast the second round.
Yeah, you don't need a second oven or anything though. We'll use the same one.
Yes.
Anyone
Okay.
have any other general muffin inquiries before we get started with our second muffin batch? No.
What was the temperature and time for this one? This batch?
This one was 350.
And 25 minutes.
25 minutes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Can we put frosting on them?
Oh, yes, totally.
Cool.
Which, I mean, that may technically turn it into a cupcake, but I think it's fair game.
Yeah, we won't tell. We're using broad definitions of muffins here.
Right,
Cupcakes count.
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah. Okay, so those are in the oven and we're gonna start to make our second ones. And if people need a bio break or anything, water break, that's fine too. I'm gonna drink a glass of water.
Yeah, stay hydrated. Baking's hard work.
Actually, I have to get out more flour.
Okay, we'll take a quick break. Well, I mean, not really a break. I'm just gonna give you an interlude. I'm gonna show you this calendar that we have over here in our kitchen. It's our sandwich calendar. Cory is a big fan of sandwiches, as am I. And whenever we have a sandwich that is of note, we take a picture of it. And we go on a lot of hikes and stuff and do outdoorsy things. So we have this calendar that is of sandwich photos that we've taken over time. So this one is of a s'more that Cory made a while back. We're also pretty broad about our definition of sandwiches. What's another one? Ooh, this is like an open-faced sandwich that we made one time.
Early four.
That was early 2020. How far we've come. We're now baking two kinds of muffins with people all over the world.
I know.
When we were just making open-faced sandwiches with cheddar cheese in our apartment. And that was even in a different apartment, right?
No,
Good.
that
Was here?
quarantine.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
Okay. Are you ready for the next cupcake showdown?
Yes.
Right. Yes. Okay, great. So these are the French toast muffins. One thing that's okay. Oh, I forgot to say this at the beginning. So the way I picked these two flavors is I found
Because they're your two best friends' favorite flavors.
correct. Yes, I interviewed Cassie and Andrew and they helped pick. That's reason one. Reason two, I found an entire Brown-based blog post where they tried the 16 best flavors and did like a showdown to figure out which ones were the best. And the championship was the French toast and the double chocolate chip. I was like, okay, well, those do sound great.
Wow.
Okay, and which one won?
The double chocolate chip.
I mean, of course. Andrew, are you mad?
And I think somebody said the pistachio flavor. The pistachio flavor was in the top 4. And I think the other one in the top 4 was the banana nut. So all good.
Wow,
flavors.
red velvet was robbed.
Oh, yes. It was up there.
What about a bran muffin? You know the sticky bran muffins? Do you guys have Mimi's Cafe where they have the round muffins? They look like hockey pucks almost. They're a little bit taller, but they're
Oh,
soaked like in a honey glaze.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Oh, delicious.
I haven't had one of those in a very long time.
Oh, when I was pregnant, I had one every day.
Nice. Tricks to succeed. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the French toast ones. So don't do anything obviously with your oven yet. And then if you happen to have a second muffin tin, you can line it now. I don't, so I'm gonna wait. I have a tiny one, but I feel like making full-size muffins.
The same. We're in the same situation. We only have a second tiny one.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. And then let me just check which. Yeah, so this is the same thing where we're gonna put the wet mixture into the dry. And so we'll start with the dry in a big bowl. Okay. Oh, and I'll go over ingredients. It's very similar to last time. Flour, this time we're using regular sugar, baking powder, baking soda, cinnamon, nutmeg, salt, and then buttermilk, which, thank you, Josiah Carberry, we have our alternate recipe. Since I bought buttermilk, I'm gonna use buttermilk. Maple extract if you have it, eggs, and melted butter again. And then once they're done is when we're gonna top them with maple syrup. All right, let me get the cinnamon.
So my ingredient bowl is now all full of chocolate. Is this a problem or a feature?
Yeah, I would if you don't have another big bowl, I would wash that one and use it.
Or scrape the chocolate out of the bowl and eat it.
Well, yes.
Or put it
Put it
somewhere
in
safe
somewhere,
for
yeah.
eating later.
Could I use, is there like less ingredients? I feel like I could probably get away with using a smaller bowl for.
Yeah, you could probably use a small bowl and you can, it says to mix, the dry into the wet, the wet into the dry, but you probably wouldn't have to. Yeah. I feel like,
The key learning from the first one was use whatever bowl goes in the mixer with the wet ingredients.
right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Pour it in, but
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. All right. Okay. So we're going to do dry ingredients.
Wait, I have a question. How much buttermilk is there in this one?
Oh, there is, where to go? 1 cup of buttermilk.
Okay, thanks.
So yeah, the one in the chat is the right ratio, which is perfect.
So, sorry, Cory, did you actually say that if you just use regular whole milk, it's not going to be that bad? Like it will be fine?
Yeah, and then also in the chat, I think it's if you do 1 tablespoon of vinegar.
Oh yeah, the vinegar hack. Yeah, okay,
Yes.
got it.
Yeah, the vinegar hack is one that I have done before, but since we went to the store, I decided to get buttermilk today. Yeah, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, and then you fill up the rest with regular milk. Okay. So we are moving on to this. So we're going to kick it off in your dry ingredients. You're going to do 2 cups of flour.
While we're doing this, I don't think I know who Joseph Carberry is still.
Josiah Carberry.
Josiah Carberry. Can you enlighten me?
I wonder if Josiah will.
Oh. Josiah? Are you there? Oh. He's a professor in psychoceramics. Wow. That's so cool. I didn't know Brown had psychoceramics.
it's
That like is that therapeutic pottery?
so it's a running joke of the school where you have Josiah Carberry who comes to speak a lecture on every Friday the 13th.
Ah.
He's a professor of psychoceramics, so he does the study of cracked pots, but he never actually shows up for the lecture.
But he does show up to baking classes. And we've done some events, Brown Club in the past, both our region and the other ones have done like Carberry dinners, which are just sort of a nice nod to Josiah Carberry. And people will do, it's just the way we did it was just like fun dinners to talk about whatever fun random topic. But also every once in a while, like Josiah Carberry, yes, white sugar for this one, AJ. Josiah Carberry will like send out emails to all the alumni. I think also on like Friday the 13th and stuff.
Wow.
Okay, 2 cups of flour. Then you'll be done with the flour.
Wow, he has sandwiches named after him too, Stephen.
Wow, I didn't know. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
he did during my time. We could order a carberry at the grill, but I'm
At
not sure. if
Joe's,
it's
yeah,
still-
you totally still can.
Joe's is Diet Carberries.
Yeah, wow. I've never really realized how many places he shows up. Okay, so after you have your 2 cups of flour, then you're gonna do a 1/4 cup white sugar.
You also won an Ig Nobel Prize.
Ooh.
Wow, we have an Ig Nobel laureate on the call.
Wow.
Very cool.
All right. 1/4 cup of white sugar.
1/4 cup white sugar.
Starting to smell like chocolate in here. Okay, and then this one, you're gonna do 2 teaspoons of baking powder. This one has different ratios than the other one. One.
Well, I was just thinking about the musical Waitress. I don't know if anyone here knows that musical. There's a song where it's like they just keep repeating sugar, butter, water. And
Huh.
I don't know, every time I'm involved with baking these days, I think of that musical
Wow.
and think of that
Surprised
song.
the person you-
Sugar, butter, flour.
Sugar, butter, flour. Thank you, Sydney.
Come on.
Ah, I knew someone out there would be a fan.
Okay, once you get your 2 teaspoons of baking powder, then you're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda.
Sugar, butter, flour, baking soda.
Sounds like work it, make it, do it. It's on here.
Yeah, Daft Punk has yet to remix that song.
Okay, then after your 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, you're gonna do 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I love cinnamon.
Okay. French toast muffin is just such a good breakfast mashup.
Right?
Yeah. Ooh, well, this isn't really a breakfast mashup, but it's sort of a breakfast dessert mashup that Cory and I discovered at our corner store the other day. The corner store nearest our apartment has a pile of Rice Krispie treats at the front counter near the cash register. And I just assumed they were, kind of regular Rice Krispie treats hanging out there. But the other day I took a closer look and I realized that they weren't just Rice Krispie treats. I mean, there were some Rice Krispie treats, but it was Rice Krispie treats that were made with different types of cereal. So some of them were made of Rice Krispies, but other ones were made of Lucky Charms and Captain Crunch and Cocoa Puffs. And it's not like they were topped with them, they were just made of them. So we got the Lucky Charms one and it was very good.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my story.
After you do the 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, you're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg.
This is what it looks like so far. Kind of like a snowy mountain that started melting where you can see the dirt on certain parts of the mountain.
All right. And then it just, oh, fuck.
Language, Cory.
Sorry.
Serena's on
That's
the
why
call.
sorry, excuse me. The salt came out really fast. Okay, you just need a pinch of salt. Pinch. Okay, and that is all of the dry ingredients. So now you may whisk them together.
And Cory's going to use a fork for this.
Yeah.
You could also use a whisk if you have one around. Wow, you really start to get that cinnamon smell once you mix it all up.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of cinnamon, 2 teaspoons.
Where does nutmeg?
Ran out of cinnamon, so I used a pumpkin pie spice blend.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
That's perfect.
Because it
Because
has
it
that
already, it has cinnamon
Wow.
and nutmeg.
That's great, AJ. Where does nutmeg come from?
It's like its own little root.
Huh.
You can like get it and grind it and shave it yourself if you want to.
Oh.
One of my friends is allergic to nutmeg, and the way she figured it out is because basically when all the pumpkin spice stuff comes out every October, she was constantly getting sick and finally realized it's because pumpkin spice, everything has nutmeg in it.
Mm.
And that's how she kind of narrowed it down to nutmeg being the problem child. It's Hallie.
Wow.
It's really unfortunate. This
Yeah,
pumpkin
that
spice
makes
stuff
great.
is so good.
It is.
My mom, for some reason, absolutely hates nutmeg.
Yeah,
It's just like any recipe that calls for any amount of nutmeg. She's like, no, leave it out. Even
Yeah.
like half a teaspoon. She's like, oh no, I hate it.
Could never. Yeah, nutmeg is definitely one of those weirdly divisive things. And you should start to see your dry ingredients basically go from white to a light brown.
Does this look right?
Yes, sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Now it's going to show off mine.
Oh yeah, I'm
which
on it.
looks very
Sorry.
similar to AJ's.
Yeah, I got distracted. I was staring at the countdown of the timer on the chocolate muffins.
Oh,
We're at 8.5
minutes.
minutes, and that time could not go fast enough.
Oh, come.
What? I'm hungry.
Okay. All right, then once you have your dry ingredients done, we're gonna do our wet ingredients. And mostly because I'm being lazy and don't want to wash the bowl, I'm gonna not use the mixer this time and use this little bowl here. Okay, so you're gonna do 1 cup of buttermilk. I'll put over here. This. Does anybody have, now that I have buttermilk and probably other people have buttermilk they may not use, other than buttermilk pancakes, does anybody have any good uses for buttermilk I should be doing sometime soon? Yeah, it's really just pancakes.
I think some pound cakes recipes call for it.
Oh yeah, I think so. I did something recently that called for
Also fried chicken.
it.
Mm.
There you go.
Wow.
That could be a fun challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Do our own fried chicken.
Yeah, a friend of ours did. Well, I guess he did fried chicken wings, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just need a lot of oil.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Oh, it freezes. Oh, that's good to know. Thanks, Michelle. That is probably the right thing for me to do with it. All right, 1 cup of buttermilk, and then you're going to do 1 teaspoon of maple extract if you have it. If you don't have it, I would do like I don't know, a tablespoon of maple syrup. Just guessing.
You might actually probably want to use vanilla extract as an extra because it's probably the acid that's going to react with the baking soda.
Wow, people are better baking than I am. Wow. You could do both.
Can you repeat that? I missed.
Do vanilla instead of maple extract, but you could do some maple syrup too, but yeah, in case it's acids doing good things. Okay. 1 teaspoon is a lot of maple extract.
I guess it probably feels that way because the bottle's so small.
Yeah. All right. Teaspoon maple extract. got this because I think I made maple cupcakes one time around Halloween. Okay, then once you have your extract in there, you're gonna put in 2 eggs.
All right.
Right. Compost. And then this recipe calls for melted butter again. So we're gonna do, it calls for 1/4 cup melted butter, which is the exact same amount as last time, so 4 tablespoons.
How long do you microwave your butter for?
I did 30 seconds last time.
Cool. What else have you all been baking recently? Anyone do fun breads or cakes?
I've been workshopping a chocolate cookie recipe that was inspired by a time when I did not have chocolate chips, but did have baking powder. And I started just like experimenting with like a chocolate chip cookie recipe and seeing how I could make it work.
Wow.
Wow.
There's a chocolate chunk cookie recipe from Tasty, which is really good. Especially if you are able to leave the dough overnight, it gets like super toffee like.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah. That sounds really great. We did some for St. Patty's Day, did some green
Andy's mint.
Andy's mint cookies. Okay.
Those were tasty. Also, we live below a trio of Irish boys, and so they very much appreciated the green Andy's mint cookies that we brought to them on St. Patrick's Day.
All right, once you get your 1/4 cup or 4 tablespoons of butter melted, you can pour it in with your buttermilk, eggs, and extract. Right. And then I'm going to just use a spoon to whisk them together.
Trish, did you make the scones this morning? Ooh, very cool.
Nice.
Scones for
Mom.
breakfast.
That sounds good.
I feel like I need to reform a relationship with scones. I feel like when I was young, the scones that I had for breakfast always had a lot of raisins in them.
Ew.
I know. Which, I mean, I'm fine with raisins on their own and in other things, but I don't know. They just don't really do it for me in scones.
No.
Raisins are good in things that like feature raisins, or if they're like in trail mix or with other fruit or on their own, but raisins and baked goods, you're just like, what are like,
Yeah.
there's better options for both of these things separately.
Right, exactly.
Yep. Yeah.
They do not, yeah, don't do that.
You're giving them a bad rep when they don't need a bad rep because they are good in the right place.
Yeah, they're just not being raisin cookies that look like chocolate chip cookies that are raisins.
God. Yes. Agree completely.
Killer magnet, indeed.
So have we gotten to the 6 tablespoons of maple syrup yet, or do those go on top or in the?
No, those are gonna go on the top after they've baked.
Oh, after it. So we're down to mixing it all together now.
Yes, correct. So you should have one bowl that has those dry ingredients, and then the other bowl should have your buttermilk, your extract, your eggs, and your melted butter. And
They're
then
all in one bowl. I don't have more bowls.
okay, that's fine.
That's okay.
The important part is just you don't want to over mix. So you don't want to like mix them, kind of same thing as last time. You want to sort of just mix it until it's incorporated. And specifically the one that I've picked says, make a well in your dry ingredients. It's like making pasta. I'm gonna make a little well, and then I'm gonna pour in the milk mixture. Whee! Oh, that well lasted.
This feels like playing at the beach,
Oh,
you know?
our muffins are done.
Oh, our
Or
chocolate muffins have
potentially
finished.
done. Quick pause on the
Yeah,
maple ones.
yeah. Drop everything.
Oh my God, look at those.
Oh. Wow.
You ever seen anything so beautiful?
Oh, only you, Cory.
Oh,
All right. Look at those. We need an after photo.
yes. Yes. Okay. I am gonna do the toothpick trick, but they do look quite done.
Let's get a zoom in on these new friends of ours.
And bake over.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, put it in the notes for next class.
Yeah.
Gotta
More
add,
batter.
yeah, or either do 9 muffins or make more batter.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
Clean as a whistle.
All right.
I'm now feeling better about overfilling my chocolate ones.
Yes, good. I'm jealous.
So are muffins kind of like other baked goods where like when you first pull it out, it's a little wet, but then gets harder a minute or two later?
It might get a little bit, but I think they're actually pretty much done. You know, like
Yeah,
cookies.
but-
and we'll do
yeah,
that.
If it's a little like wet, it's okay to just let it keep resting, right? Like you don't
Yeah.
have to stick it
Yeah.
back in the oven.
No, yeah. If they're like super, mine are pretty hard. So if yours are super wet and jiggly, I'd put them back in. But if they're just a little soft, I think it's okay. But mine are pretty stiff to the touch. Cool. All right, I did take an after photo, so that's great.
All right.
You can
Okay.
see the flax seeds in the dough. When it's pale like this, you can see like
Oh,
speckles.
you can see the speckles.
Neat.
Explain the toothpick, says Trish. Okay, sorry, Mom. So the toothpick is to make sure that they're fully baked. So you can stick a toothpick in them and pull it out, and it should come out clean. One thing I find difficult about that rule of thumb is sometimes you might stick it through one of the chocolate chips and then it will come out chocolatey. So you have to make sure if it does come out dirty, if it's melted chocolate versus batter that hasn't finished baking yet.
Mhm.
I actually wanna, okay, we'll get back to, we're gonna get finished mixing our next batter. So now you.
Should we
wanna-
preheat the oven to a new temperature?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so if you've taken your muffins out, switch your oven to 400 degrees.
400 degrees.
Okay. And then back in the finishing of our French toast muffins, you want to mix together your dry and wet ingredients until they're just incorporated. And I'm going to get a spatula. Don't waste.
Mm-mm. So I start prepping the muffin tin for.
No,
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 we can
it's
wait.
okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm kind of doing the same thing as last time, sort of folding it in.
I think I overmixed mine.
It's okay. Baking is forgiving. The one good thing for yours, AJ, with over mixing is since you used one bowl, that was probably okay, because that way you spread out your baking powder and baking soda. Now these smell great. So different from our other muffins.
Yeah. Smell really good.
Mhm. All right, I think we got everything mixed in. I'm not gonna be happy with me, but I'm gonna make sure it tastes good. It's good. All right, so now what we can do is we can prep. Can you actually not put that there?
Yeah.
We'll put that,
Oh.
back here. We can take the muffins out of the tin so we can prep it for the next step.
Muffins for dinner?
Yes.
All right. Wow.
Oh.
Gotta get a close up. Did you already take a photo?
Yeah.
Okay. Just gonna zoom in. No, right.
Is there a reason why you should take them out of the tin?
Oh, I'm just taking it out so I can use the next set, but it does say to take them out and dry them on a cooling rack.
Okay.
Wow. Look, it's your smiling face.
Oh yeah? Did it come out okay? Wow. It's
Kind of a
hold
smiley.
on, let's zoom in there a little if we can. Yeah.
It's very
there, it got spread out. Nope.
hot.
Hot chocolate.
Hot muffins. This one, like that, must have just
Well, what would happen if you put like a little dollop of marshmallow cream on
probably tastes pretty good.
a double chocolate chip muffin?
Might taste a little like a s'moreo. Okay.
All right, our muffin tin is now vacated.
Ready for the next set of muffins.
Yeah. Are you gonna spray it more or is it?
Yeah, we gotta put the tin.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so now you can line your muffin tin for the next set. Unless you have done that already. What colors you want this time?
Ooh, let's for French toast, let's do some white and let's do some, is that orange?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do those.
Okay.
So for this set, you said it's higher temperature, but less time.
Yeah, so this one's only it's at 400 degrees and only 12 minutes.
Did the Blue Room say why there's a difference?
Oh, no, this one, I don't know if you caught this part, that the Blue Room, that we sort of had to make up our own recipes. And so this was sort of a combination of like ones I found online that they were like, yeah, those are similar enough. French toast muffins are kind of interesting. When I was looking up recipes, a lot of the main way people make French toast muffins is they actually take like pieces of French toast and shove them into a muffin tin and make like a muffin out of French toast, which sounds really good, but would not be similar to the Blue Room ones. And then, yeah, so 400 degrees and 10 to 12 minutes, Michelle,
Yeah. Do you know why it cooks for a shorter amount of time?
because it's at a higher temperature. I think that's just
okay.
this
It's just that
recipe's
recipe. I
choice,
see. I see.
you know.
Okay. Well, we'll have to find out. We'll have to do a taste test to see if the, I don't know, consistency of the muffins came out differently.
Yeah, because of it or something.
Yeah. Like maybe they're a little crispier, but more moist inside. Time will tell.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I never had the one they sold at the Blue Room, or like I never had a French toast pastry besides actual French toast. So
Yeah, me either. I found another one online that was super easy sounding because it just used Bisquick. I was like, well, I guess that makes sense. It was basically like it was like a pancake muffin. Okay, I'm gonna spray the tins again, or the liners, or whatever we decided to call these things. All right. And now I'm going to put in another spoon to do this. And we're gonna do the same thing, just kind of evenly distribute the batter.
I should say thank you all for joining us tonight. I know there's competing events this
In the
evening.
world.
The Oscars are going on nowish.
Can't say we
Yeah.
saw a
All
lot
the
of,
awards are fake, muffins are real.
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah, you can't eat the Oscars.
And I can't say, at least Alex and I saw a lot of movies in the last year.
Yeah, we
Really
didn't
some
we
new
didn't watch
movies.
a lot of new movies.
You can be like me and DVR it, so you can go back to the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning's the best part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now you can watch them while eating tasty muffins.
True.
Yes, that's true.
there's a Amazon Prime actually has a couple of nominees if you guys have Amazon
Oh,
Prime.
perfect.
Hmm.
Yeah, we do.
Sound of Metal was a really good film that I got to see.
Cool.
Nice. Which one did we work?
What was that one about? What was the Sound of Metal about? I forget. I feel like I've heard of it, but I forgot.
It's
That's something
basically
that-
this drummer that's part of a two-person band, and he loses his ability to hear in that process. So it's kind of sheds a light on the deaf community.
Cool.
Yeah, I think my parents recommended that one to me. I need to watch it. I watched Minari, which was a very good, interesting film, and I feel like afterwards I had a lot of like, there's the straightforward reading of like, this is the plot, and then afterwards I was also like, oh, but there's so much representation and cinematography and like the way they wrote it, and I'm like, oh, this is good.
Yeah, I'm just a little miffed that I feel the kid in that movie should have got nominated for something. He was pretty amazing.
I think the two we had on our radar were One Night in Miami and then A Promising Woman.
Yeah. Which I think were on Netflix or something. They're on one of
HBO
them.
or something.
HBO, yeah. One of the many streaming things we've acquired.
Yeah. The woman, I think she was in Minari. It's the first time a Korean woman's been nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a pretty good year for diversity at the Oscars.
All right. And welcome, Hussein. I see we just had you join us. Hope you're doing well. We are just about to put our second batch of muffins in the oven. We took out our chocolate ones. They look like this. They came out pretty great. So now we're putting the French toast muffins into the oven pretty shortly here.
Yeah. We're full. Okay, how's that look?
Well, let's show the friends at home. Looks pretty good. I'd say about as full as the chocolate ones were.
Yeah.
Looking around 80%.
Okay.
Wow.
Doing closer to 100% didn't actually get them to overflow.
Oh, what did they do? Were they just taller?
They just poofed up.
Huh.
Okay, we're gonna put our French toast ones in and set the timer for 10 minutes.
Okay. Was it 10 or 12?
We're gonna start with 10. It's
Okay.
10 to 12.
10 to 12.
So we're gonna start with 10.
Ah. Nice.
All right. Great. Should we taste test?
Yes.
Oh, they bake for, yeah. Oh, I already answered that question. Sorry. I thought that was good.
Okay.
Whew. It's a little warm in our kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Sorry, folks.
Oh, I know what that is. My car. I have to move my car for street sweeping tonight.
Okay. Shall we?
Yep.
All right, we're gonna try the chocolate muffins. Oh, nice. I love this.
Should
The paper is coming right off.
Do we have milk?
Yeah, it's out right there. Behind you.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, much smaller than Blue Room muffins. Mmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Really good.
My muffins definitely came out more like cupcakes. Not that that's a problem, but like.
Exactly.
Mm.
The melted chocolate, really delicious.
Yeah. Huh.
What?
I'm just taking it all in.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Those look great, AJ.
Yeah.
Sydney's enjoying. Andrew and Cassie are enjoying.
Mine are kind of dry, but I was wondering if I needed to use smaller chocolate chips because every time in the Blue Room they were like the really tiny chocolate chips.
I know, but I think I like the bigger chocolate chips.
I intentionally got mini chocolate chips for that reason.
Oh, nice.
I had to send my mom into the grocery store, so I got whatever she came out with. 2 weeks, and I will be able to go in myself.
It's so close.
Yeah, basically, like once it was very clear that I could get a shot in Ohio, and my roommate's father could not still get a shot in the Bay Area. I was like,
Yeah, I think it's still a little bit harder, but I think it's starting to get easier.
Are they in Ohio, Sydney? Are they doing CVS and Walgreens pharmacies distributing them too?
yeah, I mean everywhere. So
Yeah.
when I flew back, it was the second to last week of March, and I was like right around the time when they were opening up a mass vaccination center. Everything else was drugstores and
I
pharmacies.
know it's a little bit of a double-edged sword because like my brother managed to get a shot early, but that's because he lives in Pittsburgh and then he's like, yeah, 2-hour drive. It's a bunch of red areas where people are refusing vaccines. So that's how
Also-
he could get a shot. And it's kind of
also,
like,
that's the
oh,
thing. That's the
yeah.
thing. Is I literally woke up on a Tuesday morning in San Fran, and I had an email from my mom saying like, your appointment's on Thursday. So I literally had to ask my boss for permission and like got on a plane. But I ended up driving out to Trump country, so Lake County, Ohio, and total super easy.
Quick interruption, which is Michelle is asking, when do you put the syrup on? Since they're ahead and have finished their muffins, very impressive. So use a toothpick and poke some holes in the French toast ones, and then you're gonna pour the maple syrup on top of them. And then yeah, it's I forgot to write down how much maple syrup, but I think it was like 4 tablespoons or something like that.
6 tablespoons,
6 tablespoons.
which I guess if you're making 12 muffins, half a tablespoon per muffin.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, there you go. Yep. And then once you pour the maple syrup, then it also recommends dusting with confectioner sugar. Yeah, I had to had to buy more maple syrup for the occasion. And I think this recipe, the muffins themselves were fairly light on sugar because it was just a quarter cup. And so I think a lot of the sweetness is going to come from when we pour that maple syrup on them. Yeah, and ours have 5-ish minutes to go.
Where's the best French toast you guys have ever had?
Oh, what a good question. I need to think about that.
Kitchen Story
Oh, yeah.
is my favorite, besides like the ones that my parents make on Christmas. But
Oh,
at
do
a
they do?
restaurant, Kitchen Story.
Does Kitchen Story do it like differently?
It's like deep fried and filled with like cream.
Oh, yes.
Really good.
And then you can get the millionaire's bacon while you're there.
Yeah, the classic one. I used to live in Boston before coming out to San Francisco, and there's a cafe there on Newbury Street called Trident Cafe Bookstore. It's in the bookstore, and they had some amazing like lemon ricotta French toast.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like it's been a while since I've had restaurant French toast. We've been out, we've been trying to do like, outdoor dinners and stuff like that during COVID, but have not done, I don't think we've done an outdoor seated brunch. So I feel like it's been a very long time since I've had restaurant French toast, and it's so good. I miss it. We got a good question asked, which was, what's the best French toast you've ever had?
Wow,
At a restaurant or otherwise?
that's tough.
I said it's been a long time since we went out for brunch.
Whatever it was definitely covered in powdered sugar. I don't know.
Steven said one
feel
that
like-
had ricotta and lemon, which sounds
Ooh,
really good.
Wow. Yeah.
I feel like I
Berries on it,
discovered
like
ricotta because of French toast.
a berry compote would be
Mm.
nice on it.
Yeah. We did French toast once at home during COVID.
Yeah.
We've done more pancakes.
Super partial to just challah French toast whip.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Oh, wow.
That's what-
Right as
yeah.
my mom chatted it. Oh, yes. We should make our own challah and then make challah French toast.
Mm, okay.
That sounds
That's funny. That's actually the type of bread that the place I was talking about uses too. Is it
nice.
different or special?
So it's a traditional Jewish bread that's very egg based, which is why, like, it's a fluffy egg bread. So
Oh, so it's like a fluffier bread.
So fluffy.
if you're looking for really good challah in San Fran, that is like, I'm relatively new to the area, and obviously haven't ventured far because of COVID. But Jane the Bakery has amazing challah.
Mm.
I
So
love
if you
it.
get that, if you get that on Friday and then let it stale a little bit, so probably by Sunday it'll probably make some good.
For your Sunday French toast.
I just made French toast before I came on. That's why I was late. But I made it with brioche bread. I
Wow.
had two kinds of bread. I had brioche bread with chocolate chips in it.
Oh,
And then the other one was a banana nut crumb bread. Oh my
wow.
God, it was so good. It was so good.
where do you get these things, Wendy? Where can we find them?
You mean where I get the bread or
Yeah.
at my local grocery store?
Ooh,
Oh.
cool.
Wow.
The one's a specialty though. It's made like an hour away. There's a place, it's called Dudley's, and they make all kinds of breads and sandwiches and pies.
Mm.
And yeah, it's like a family owned.
Nice.
But the brioche was so good.
That sounds great. I feel like people often do chocolate chip pancakes, but I feel like chocolate chip French toast is underdone. So that sounds really good.
Yeah.
All right. Minute to go.
Yeah,
Minute-ish.
minute 20.
Because we'll have to check it.
Right.
So fun.
hmm
So are you guys still cooking dinner after this, or is this dinner?
We made some Instant Pot curry earlier today.
Yeah.
Oh, well, and also we got as a gift from a friend a loaf of sourdough. So we've been making sandwiches
Yeah,
most of the
we
day
might
today.
have
So maybe we won't do
sandwiches for
curry.
dinner.
Maybe we'll do sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we spent a lot of time in the kitchen today because we meal prepped breakfast and dinner and then had this cooking class. So they'll probably take it easy and just make sandwiches.
Yeah.
But I wholly endorse, even though we talked about muffins for breakfast, I also endorse muffins for dinner.
Time is fake. Eat what you want when you want.
Exactly.
Thanks, AJ.
That should be the, I don't know, it should be on our sign for the baking classes.
Yeah, we were thinking since we've got a blank wall behind us that Cory stands in front of for these classes, we're thinking about getting some kind of big sign to put up, or just for the classes.
Okay, let's see if these are done.
In my old place, we had a sign that was like the Facebook font, and it said "Move fast and bake things." Consider that.
I love it.
Oh, sorry, muffins. Burn your shoe. All right, these look pretty good, but we're gonna do the toothpick
we
trick
gotta-
again.
Okay. Oh, okay. Here they are. Oh.
No.
We were worried about forgetting to take after pictures.
Only do one thing at one.
Indy, was it a particularly baking oriented household that you were living in where the Facebook sign existed?
I feel like any household that I live in is a baking oriented.
Yes, I
Yeah.
feel the same way.
Cool.
Okay, so toothpick again.
Toothpick test.
Badoop. Badoop. Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Let's see how they feel. They feel like just a little bit soft,
Mhm.
but maybe that's okay. It looks
I
like
don't
there's
know. I
like
feel like if they're soft when you're putting them at high heat, I feel like we should put them back.
Okay,
in
we're
for
gonna do
minute or
another
two.
minute.
I
I
think
might put them back in, especially if you're gonna soak it with maple syrup.
as much as
Yeah.
I just want to eat them right now, I think they deserve better.
Oh, okay. All right, 2 more minutes.
Oof, 2 more minutes.
I know, it's hard.
Oh well.
I'm gonna put them in okay, I'll put them on this. I'm gonna put them on something where it's okay to drizzle maple syrup all over them.
Yeah.
A little bit of that.
Speaking of toothpick tests, I just remember one time when my brother and I were like teenagers, like I might have been like 11 and he was 13, and we hadn't like baked on our own very much. And we made a pie. And then I remember we took it out of the oven. We're like, we looked at it and we looked at each other and we're like, is it done? How do we know? And he takes out a toothpick and like, stabs it, and it comes out full of like pie filling. And we both look at it and we're like, I don't know what this means. This is not a good idea. We're just like, why did we do this?
There's definitely some things that the toothpick trick does nothing for.
Yeah, it was just like the like adolescent brains not wired properly yet. Like we know that we can tell if it's done by sticking a toothpick in it, and we like didn't think that through until we looked at it full of pie filling, and we're like, wait a minute.
I feel like I had the same thing with throwing noodles against a wall.
Oh my
I didn't know what it was for,
God.
but we did it, and we were like, "What do we do now? Pick up the
Yeah, like, we're
pasta."
supposed
I
to do this. What does this mean? Wait.
guess. 3, 2, 1, muffins. All right.
Any better?
Well, it's welcome.
It came out clean.
I know. I'm just checking the firmness. I think they're a little better. What do you think?
Yeah, they feel firm.
Okay.
I don't think they'll sink back. They're so pretty.
They are
Okay.
like little sand dunes.
I didn't get our confectioner sugar out. Oh, we can use my phone. picture. I have a very
Alright.
fun confectioner sugar duster. And if folks are done, because I know, oh, good cinnamon raisin bread. So many good tips for French toast. If people are done, feel free to drop off.
I only made one type of muffin because, 12 is already too many. So
Yeah, no, I get that.
yeah, the other one.
Like I
That's great.
said,
Yeah.
20 of
I mean,
these are going to my office.
There are, yeah. Oh, that's hot.
Oh,
Yes, they're hot. I was gonna, okay.
what?
I was just gonna show a close up of one.
I do have to say though, I think if I'm going to make it again, I'm going to find the tiny chocolate chips because then that way they're more dispersed within the
Yeah.
Yeah,
muffin.
right. Less of a treasure hunt.
I feel like
I am gonna drop off since it's dinner time here, but I just wanted to say thank you so much. This was really fun, and I learned a lot, so appreciate it.
yeah, thanks for coming. We'll do more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come back.
Lovely to meet you.
Come back sometime. Keep baking.
Yeah, I will. All right, nice to meet everyone. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye, Andy.
So just out of curiosity, what are the other recipes you've tried from them? Is Cajun
Oh, I got, I can pull up my list in a second. They gave me, so we've done some already, which I got from actually Brown Dining Services Facebook page. So we already did like Cajun chicken pasta and Ranger Joe cookies and
We did falafel.
falafel. Yeah, that one was really good. We should make that again
Yeah.
for ourselves.
Mhm.
Should do that again because I missed it the first time.
Mm.
I know that
We
one was
should.
really
That- we might
popular
need to do an
too.
encore
They also
performance.
are all on our lovely, not very popular YouTube page. Let's see.
So did you say you worked in the Blue Room as a student?
I actually didn't. I had many friends that did. But I personally did not work there. Let's see if I can find, oh, here we go. Okay. All right, so the ones they gave me are the frosted brownie recipe, which I remember dearly. The apparently, and then these are two recipes I don't particularly remember when we were there, but are apparently very popular now. The chicken parm recipe, and apparently the Ratty's mac and cheese is now quite famous. So those are the other three recipes that they sent to me. It was really cute. They put them in a Google Doc for me. It was like something they had to type up for me. Just this overeager alumni.
Any chance we could get like the spicy with recipe?
Ooh, I should definitely ask for that because that would be
I was
awesome.
gonna say chicken finger Friday.
I know. I just feel like I wanted a chicken finger Friday, but I also feel like they're gonna be like, oh, we just buy, chicken fingers from whoever. It'd be fun.
And
to
then
get
it's just
around.
all the sauces, like in
Yeah.
the big tins.
Exactly, like,
Like,
you
is
need
there, like,
a giant
vegetarian
thing of
version
honey
of chicken?
mustard. Okay, so now the finishing touch on these is to stab them a bunch of times so that they can soak up maple syrup we're gonna pour on them,
I forgot to stab them.
which is I think it'll be fine. It's sort of I was like, oh, I've never done that to a muffin before. Wow, they smell so good.
Are you using a toothpick?
Yes, I am. All right. Step, 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 step. And I've sort of pushed them together so I can just douse them on maple syrup and then clean this cutting board after.
I'm just using a spoon and I'm sort of like drizzling it into the spoon and using the spoon to control
Oh, that's smart. Okay. I'll
onto
probably
each one.
do-
It's
I'll
more
do that
time
with a little
to
mix. Okay. 3 more to stab.
You got this.
Feels very cruel.
Oh, you're letting them breathe.
That's true.
One more.
One more. Okay. Push them together. I like the spoon idea. We're gonna use the entire batch of spoons.